opened in 2020 and immediately one of the main attractions here on the Las Vegas Strip. Welcome, everyone, to Allegiant Stadium. Savor them while you can, football fans. Just 2 weeks left in our regular season as we get underway in Week 17. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. And they send a man in motion. Throwing to start this game. Connection made. Travis Etienne. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Second and 3 now. Connection to Adunze. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy in midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 48. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Back now, pressure on its way. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Desperados have an early opportunity after the interception on the game's first series. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Second and 6 coming up here. Running with Walker again. And he's brought down for a loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend.
Guys, dig deep.
Raiders loading up the secondary on 3rd down. Count them, 6 DBs on the field. Williams from the gun. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Raider football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he's going to go down, but a solid run there that pushes them to the 14. Managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Cheat code offense. Get in the end zone for us.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Got a man, it's Drake London. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They're set up at the 35 now. Here's ETN on 1st down. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Second and 6 coming up here. They go right back to ETN. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Throwing off the play fake here. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Trying to find Jalen Waddle. So that brings up 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Williams. He puts everything behind this one. Intended for Pickens. It's intercepted. That's Diamador Lenore. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
First and 10, looking to throw. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. It's the end of the 1st in this AFC West showdown. A couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. We're back and excited to start this 2nd quarter. You excited? We're excited. Raiders in a nice spot here to put up some points. From the red zone now. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders get the game's first points here in the 2nd. It's a Romadunze touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Throw is there for Jatavion Sanders. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And it'll give him a first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Walker on first down. And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Walker now from the gun. And he has enough room to gain about 4. Working quickly here. From the 17. He has the touchdown. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
And the kick is good, and we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. Following the penalty, the kick moves up, and he sends it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Get that first down, fellas.
Trying it right side with ETN. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. ETN again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Setting up a throw. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. Headed right through the middle of the field. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Raiders take a 2nd quarter lead. Dalton Kincaid with a touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he'll push forward for a small gain into the 31. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
This is Walker on 2nd. Through the 35, 20, 15. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Desperados can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They'll try it left with Etienne. And he's tackled for a short gain. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Now looking to throw. That's caught for the 1st. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. The Raiders would take the lead with a score. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
All right, here we go. Second down. From midfield now. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. They'll try and throw it here. Escapes the pocket. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Motioning left is their running back. First down, Williams. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And it sets up second down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Williams thrown again here on second down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Third down, here's Williams. He finds Sanders. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. It'll be a punt coming up for the Desperados. And this will be his second effort of the contest. And that kick will get out of bounds without a return. Looks to be a little shy of reaching the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He finds Kincaid. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. Got a man, it's London. And that's good for a gain of 5. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. He'll throw it. Has his man. It's a doomsday. And he's able to get this down to the 36. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation could create the big play down the field.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they've taken back the lead.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Probably looking at our final snap and a half here on first down. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Here comes the final play of our first half. A final throw before the break. He's going deep. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Connects with Riley. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Handoff running left, Walker. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Staying with Walker. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Pass complete to Riley. He's got it in the red zone. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
First and goal. Here's Walker. Has them the touchdown. The Desperados take the lead right away in half number 2. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Nevis with a point after. And the Desperados take a 4-point lead. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. He'll give this up the middle to ETN. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Second down now, 7 to go. Throwing now, off play action. Fits it through the middle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
From the 44-yard line now, first and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Makes the grab in bounds left side. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's good for Raiders first.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
You know, Kate, that really is one of the benefits that comes with experience. You feel it. Right, look at the quarterback, never seeing the rush, never looking at the rush. Instead, eyes are downfield, and the big play follows.
On second down, it's ETN. He runs it across, touchdown! The Raiders grab the lead on their first series of the half. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Raiders push their lead to 3. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainers headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. Throw secured by George Pickett. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He's contained at the line for no gain. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Working from the gun, Williams. Taking a shot, deep down the field it goes. This is caught inside the 15. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
If only every completion could get that kind of result. That's good enough to knock a defense flat on its back.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This one's caught. Touchdown! The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the second half and puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
That one right down the middle. And the Desperados take a 4-point lead. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 39. Has him on the quick hitter. On the move, past the 40. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10, looking to throw. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. And the Desperados have it now on his 8th pick of the year.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
This, our last play of the quarter. First down throw by Williams. Taking a deep shot here. And the big hitter will not be reeled in. That's incomplete, and that would have made for an impressive catch on our final play of the third quarter. That's the end of the third on Sunday night. They've got it with a lead, hoping to carry it across the finish line. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Hand off to Walker from the gun. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he stopped. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Now here's Williams. Connects on the crosser. And he'll get it up to the 27. They get 13 on the pickup. And that gives them the first.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. First down, Williams. That's caught by Chris Olave. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's Walker running right. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards. They just got a very successful one.
And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Pick up a 5 on that play. And they're going to have a first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. He's got it deep downfield. And in for the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes the comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one splits the uprights. And the Desperados drive their lead to 11. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Looking for a throw here. Finds Kincaid. Hits some space around midfield. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Let's get in that end zone.
He'll look to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. A gain of 27 yards there. And that's a Vegas first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, ETN gets it. And is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards. Second down now, 7 to go. Dropping back to throw. This throw is caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Offense up to the line fast. They'll run. ETN scores. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders now within 1 score in the 4th. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get 1, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Now a big 2-point try coming for these Raiders.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Man in motion here. He's throwing for it. He's on the move. And he's got it. That gets him 2 and puts them within a field goal here late. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Williams set to pass. Into the hands of Olave. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
1 play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Tight end in motion right. Walker on first down. And he gets a few on the punch forward. So a timeout comes in. Looks like the defense using its first to stop this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. Running with Walker again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. He'll throw it. He has the first over the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. So the defense gave him the clock a little bit. So they call a timeout just before our 2-minute warning. 2:04 to go. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. Inside give to Walker. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Give up the gut to Walker. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long. Walker now from the gun. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him only 3, and that brings up 4th down and 8. Big moment for Harrison Mevis here. On the left hash, this is from 47. Now we've got whistles, but not for delay of game. They were able to get a timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. A lot of room they need here. It's 4th and a long 8. He's back to throw. Pass complete to Wiley. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
Point after by Mevis is good. And the Desperados make it a 10-point ball game. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
And they're on the 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30.
You got that cheat code.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line.
Brings up 2nd and 18.
Another try following the sack. ETN on the catch.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. One final shot here. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And just a week after being soundly defeated, they're back out there playing a much better brand of football. Short memories prevail, Brock, as they move past that loss and get back to some winning football. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Desperados are your winners as we bid you farewell.